still bringing me, excuse me, excitement. But, I get to still work in fashion because for my 9 to 5, I don't work in the fashion world. And I live in LA. And that was one of the reasons why I moved to LA is to work in that industry. So I wanted to create something of my own that I can, nurture and grow to be a brand and a legacy. So I was okay, well, accessories are a really good thing to do because obviously everyone's doing a clothing line, but my accessories are a really important factor that a lot of people miss. Because I also, in my free time, I do freelance wardrobe styling. And a lot of times on sets, people forget that the accessories is pretty much what completes and makes the outfit right and better, in my opinion. So I wanted to be a part of that for a lot of people. And I wanted to, just have something a little bit for everyone, like more different type of style, something that you wouldn't see anywhere. So if you go on our website, you can see that we have a little bit of everything for everyone. But that's pretty much how it started. So I just began to start making plans for doing my research to find, where I can get vendors, who's my target market. Then after I got all that stuff, I started setting up our first photo shoot. And a few of my friends, agreed to be models for the first photo shoot. And honestly, like within like 2 weeks, we were shooting the first photo shoot collection. I was doing the website by myself. I learned how to do that in college. So a lot of things that we already have here, I've done by myself for the first year because I learned these things in college. And yeah, I just went for it. I didn't even think about it too much because I felt if I sat on it, I wouldn't really do it. So first collection came out, and that's pretty much how it started. It came out on Black Friday of last year, so we just celebrated our 1 year anniversary. So it's definitely been a roller coaster. Like I said, I've done pretty much majority by myself, but yesterday I just posted something looking for an intern to start growing and start making a real team for our second year. So yeah, that's pretty much how it started. I'll say it again for the name. So Lucy is myself. Actually, it's my grandmother. I'm named middle name after her, Lucille, but Lucy for short. Jean'ae in accessories. So that's where we got the name from. It's very personable, and it's like I said, it's creating a legacy and keeping the legacy going for years to come. So yes.
Okay, so who would you say is your target market?
Target market, I would say would be women from the ages of about 25 to 35. They want to be stylish, but still youthful. And like I said, they're different. They're not doing what everybody else does. They're stylish, they're trendy. Some are moms. Some are just single women like myself. They just want to be trendy with, the earrings and the bracelets. And they want to have different things that are unique when it comes to accessories because if they have on like a t-shirt and some jeans and some sneakers, all they need is the right accessories to really make that look stand out.
Mhm. Okay, so who's your top competition? Where are these women buying their jewelry currently?
Currently, they're probably buying it from so many brands, obviously, with social media going on. It's like you got Fashion Nova, you got Misguided, you got Pretty Little Thing. I mean, those three right there, that's the competition because they cater to everybody, obviously, because they're clothing lines, but they have great accessories too.
Mhm.
And, they're accessible because they're online, they're on social media, they post often, they have so many people being their ambassadors. So, that's definitely who the competition would be.
And who's your website host?
Wix, Wix.com.
Okay. All right. I love that story. I love that you're in LA. I'm moving there next month.
Oh, wow. Nice. Well, early welcome and
Yeah.
safe travels moving here.
Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen so we can look at your website and we'll see if I have some tips for you about
Yeah,
how you can get your turnover better. So tell me,
great.
before we dive into it, what are your sales like right now?
Sales, they're pretty moderate. I would say though, sometimes we go about a week, almost 2 weeks without making a sale. So
Mhm.
I just keep trying to market it, keep putting it in people's faces. And I'm like, eventually they'll change their mind, but we still have discount codes and things for the holidays and buy two get one free. But it's pretty moderate. I would say about three to four sales, on a good week. And
Okay.
I need to capital. I need to make that more. So
Yeah. So what's
yeah.
your goal? How many sales would feel like?
I would like to make double digits if I'm being honest. I need to be making about 20. At this point, we've been out for a year.
Mhm.
20 is a good, for 1 year in, I think that's pretty pretty decent, 20 sales per week, if or even going more from that
Yeah.
after the first week. But we've been out for about a year, so I would like to hit double digits, so 20.
Yeah. So what's your website traffic like? How many people do you have going there in a week?
It's pretty heavy with all the social media marketing. I get alerted on my phones anytime someone goes on the website, which I love that feature on Wix. It's I would say a week I have about probably 10, sometimes maybe 15 people check it out. Last week I would say it was really slow, so I probably had about like 5 people. So it just depends, honestly. But no, last week I didn't advertise as much because I had a death in my family. But the advertising definitely has a lot to do with it. I have to keep pushing it on social media.
Yeah. So
Hmm.
I'm sorry to hear about the death in your family.
Thank
Thank
you.
you for joining me this week and focusing so soon after a trauma like that.
Thank you.
So, in terms of kind of the basic numbers of the internet, in order to get 20 sales per week, you need about 2,000 people going to your website every week.
Wow.
That's about the turnover percentage that's average. Now, that's a lot of traffic, and that's a long-term strategy. That's something to build up to. With
Yeah.
social media, you don't need to have that big of an audience to make sales. You just need a little bit more strategy so that by the time they go to your website, if they even go to your website, because they might just buy it all through like Instagram, right?
Yeah.
They've already decided they want it. They've already bought it in their mind. It's just a matter of making it easy for them to get their credit card information in there, right? So they
Yeah.
don't think about it anymore. Okay, so
Right.
I love this video that's been playing here of you and your beautiful friends hanging out with your beautiful jewelry.
Yeah, that was
So,
for the 1 year anniversary. I wanted to do something different because I mean, if
yeah,
you look at our website, we have had a lot of photo shoots in the first year, but
yeah,
I wanted to do something different. I'm like, okay, now I understand from looking on social media what's important, and that's videos.
yeah.
Like it's just more videos and photos at this point on social media. So I wanted that to be like the 1 year anniversary type of thing. So
Cool.
yeah, it turned out really good. I was really proud of it.
So for people to get this code, it has to be a trade-off. You want their email address in order for them to get that discount. So the first thing I would do is, you might hear my dog squeaking his toy in the background.
Right.
Turn this into an email pop-up. So when you scroll down, it kind of pops up like buy two, get one free or 30% off your whole order. I would pick one of those. I think buy two, get one free. People like that, especially for, let's see, what's your price point here? Yeah, for this kind of price point, people love
Yeah.
that sort of deal. So buy two,
Okay.
get one free, put your email in here, and then you send them, you automate the email so it sends real quick. And now
Okay.
you have their email address. Now you can start building that list. And that's another, you don't have to have quite as big of a reach once you're in people's email, especially if, they're interested enough, to want to buy it, to want to get a deal.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, so that's the first thing I see here. We got some cute stuff, got an idea of what we're getting ourselves into. It's nice that you have the prices up front. I would make the images that you have on this page more homogeneous.
Mm,
So like have them all be a black background or have them all be the white luscious fur or I would say you have your people at the top, so spotlight just the jewelry here, or have them all be like
okay.
on a bust like that. It's just a visually a lot to take in where we really want to now get people focused on, the pretty thing.
Right. Yeah, yeah, I agree. So just a
um,
white or black background for the jewelry for the first page,
yeah.
and not really the model, more so just the jewelry on the first page.
Yeah, because we have the models up top. If you didn't have that, then I would say maybe like three the same and then one the model of who your dream client is so she can really see herself in your stuff. But because we kind of
Right.
already have that, now we want to start. If someone scrolled this far, they just want to see the goods, right? They just want to see
Exactly.
what
And
they can
that's a
buy.
new update. That's a new update because I like to one thing I like to do when I'm updating the website every time. I like to look at other people's, websites, other small businesses and see, how their pages look, especially the first page. And I got that tip from, doing my research for other websites. The first page is like, you gotta sell it the first page. So yeah, that's an update from looking at their stuff. Just make sure you have good quality merchandise in the first page to want to keep them there, at least hopefully want to buy it.
Yeah. The other thing I would consider doing is putting on one of the pieces of jewelry that you have on this first page, like bestseller, like a bestseller banner of some
Okay.
sort. Um, oops, oh, there goes my alarm. um, so even though you're saying your client really wants something unique and beautiful, that gives someone who's maybe coming here to buy someone a gift a better idea of what to buy for that person. And also it gives the incentive of like, oh, this has sold a bunch of times, right? Even if maybe we've had like 5 sales, like, okay, well, it's still a bestseller, right? It's not untrue.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, and this is all just to like get into the psychology of the buyer, to be like, what's going to keep them interested in this website. And it's always like other people who have been interested in this website. So that kind of bestseller framework gives a little bit more trust to spending money maybe somewhere that you haven't spent money before that isn't Amazon. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Right. So,
Okay. So then down here, yeah, we have the photos again of your lovely friends. So this is fine. And we got, let's see if these links work. Links work to your Facebook, Lucy J Accessories. I'll like you.
well, thank
Okay.
you.
And let me get back into here. Let's see if your Instagram comes up just fine. There she is. Okay.
Thank you.
So your primary market for your first like 1,000 sales are generally speaking going to be people you already know. So people who are already in your network. I just want to flip through these and kind of see what, oh, that's
Yeah.
cute. Add to cart. Let's see what happens next. Okay, this pops up. All right, view cart. What happens when you go here? Got a promo code I can enter, can add a note, can do PayPal. All this seems very seamless. Good job. Good job, Wix. Let's go into your custom.
Yeah.
All right. And here's your story. There she is. Yeah. Okay, sweet. And come over here. Here's your lookbook. That's really fun. I like that. And your returns policy. Store credit only. Yep, that's important. Okay, good. All right. So I don't know if it's possible to put this logo up here.
Oh, that one? Okay.
Um, it's just a little bit more fun, a little bit more personality, you know? Accessories
Yeah, I'll
about
I
fun.
can work on that. Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree.
Okay, so the easiest way to sell this stuff is going to be, well, there are a few different ways that you can go around it.
Right.
But ultimately, you want to make it as easy as possible for people to buy from you. And right now, Instagram is a really good way to sell these kind of like under $50 retail items, because that's especially in like the $20 to $25 range, especially if you have free shipping. That's kind
Yeah.
of a good price point where people can make the decision pretty easily. To get above
Mm-hmm.
$50, people have to think about it a little bit more. They're not used to spending that much money on this platform yet. But in terms of your Instagram setup, do you have a store set up on here?
I do not. No, that's something I know I need to do like immediately because I know that definitely helps with sales.
Are you
And
open?
isn't that for Facebook?
Uh, for me, let me ask you, have you bought accessories off Instagram or Facebook?
No. I might look at them, but I don't purchase them. So no, actually I haven't.
Yeah. So this is where it's, again, it's a little bit of a medium term strategy. It's not going to get you overnight sales, but you'll start to get in people's heads. And once you've seen something like 40 times, like, okay, well, then maybe you'll get a little bit more comfortable with the idea of buying it. So you're going to get like, maybe 10% of the people who come across your store are going to be like, I'll take it, zap, that's it. and you'll find like one or two of your items, one or two SKUs that just like become your best sellers, and that's what you're going to push on the ads. But you're still kind of in the market research phase of how you're going to get your clients to buy your stuff and where they're going to be comfortable sharing money. So this is where I'm going to go back to like the people who already know you and want to support you.
Right.
I would ask them to buy stuff from you, from you.
I've been trying, I mean, I've had a lot of friends support me, thankfully, in the first year. And relatives, actually, surprisingly, it's been not that much.
Yeah,
And I
that's
have a big
surprising.
family. So I was really disappointed in that. But you know what? It is what it is. I've read that that happens to so many people, so I get that. But, I agree. That's, like you said, that's the first customers, your friends and your family. So, yeah.
So the next stage is going to be like, okay, I would suggest rather than having them push to your website, get that Instagram store up and running. And I would actually target the website. I would add a blog and see if there's a niche market with your wardrobe stylists where they
Yeah.
need a place to buy jewelry really quickly. And maybe
Mhm.
you have like a package that you can put together for like new stylists coming in,
Yeah, I'm
right?
actually working on that, like some type of. I'm working on PR boxes right now. I'm working on finding a company to make the boxes, and I want to put like some cute stuff because I actually have a piece of like what the packaging looks like right now
Mhm.
in here. So this is pretty much. Yeah, it's supposed to be like this, but this is what the packaging looks like right now. Here, this way. So it comes in this little baggie, and we have the card inside of it. I don't know why it's upside down here, but yeah. So this is pretty much what the packaging looks like right now, and I have it. I send it in a it's like a rose gold type of envelope. And I
Yeah.
have our sticker on the front of the envelope. So that's pretty much what the packaging is right now. And this for the rings. This is what the rings look like right now too.
Mhm.
Uh, Trying to get it in here.
I can kind of see it.
Okay, I'm like, and it has the logo on the front.
Yeah,
So
great.
there you go.
Cute.
And then you open it up, and then you have a ring. So
Great. Okay.
that's what the packaging looks like right now.
Yeah.
So
I
I'm
know
working
it's
on
so much
boxes.
work. There are so many
Yeah,
little details that go
so
into
much.
having a retail line. You're doing a great job. You have a good kind of foundation. I think there's just a few tweaks about where you're going to find your clients. So here's what I'm going to suggest. I'm going to suggest that you go and talk to a few stylists who you think might be interested in something like a grab bag accessory box. Um,
Mm,
where you put together, several items that you would need at a shoot that you would want to reach for and have, several different options
okay.
and see if they would be interested in buying that, how much they would pay for it based on kind of what your rates are. You can kind of figure out a negotiating thing there. But getting your jewelry into the LA stylist world is what's going to get people interested in your website.
You're right.
So that gets you short-term sales and it's a long-term strategy. So I would
Right.
start with market research and just talking to a few of the people who do what you do, who like you. I'm sure you have, that's just a networking job. I'm sure you have tons of friends who are
Yeah.
stylists.
Yeah.
Um,
Networking is so important out here. That's something I learned years ago. So
oh yeah, yeah. So that would be my first step, is that market research place. And before I go into my closing spiel, do you have any questions for me?
um honestly, no. So first page, I got that. I'll make those adjustments.
Mhm,
Um, the shop page where the merchandise actually is.
mhm.
Are you good with that? What do you think about that? Does that look okay? Like,
So the shop page, let me get back in here and share my screen. I didn't have any like,
oh yeah, I just wanted to make sure.
yeah, there was no
Yeah,
kind of like yay or nay. Um,
right.
I might, I don't know, I don't mind having different backgrounds here. You've got all the different categories. So if I'm looking for something specific, I can dig in
Yeah,
there. Really, until you have around 1,000 sales and kind of know what your best sellers are going to be, this is a little bit, it's not that big of a deal. You don't have to overthink this part. It's not because of how this is laid out that people are or aren't buying. It's the relationship they have to you before they even get into your website. You know what I mean?
yeah. Right.
So this is where like you might consider getting a blog on here where just twice a month or something, you post like uh, some sort of fashion update, like this is what all the celebrities are wearing, and then like links to where you sell similar stuff in the shop, or like upcoming trends for summer 2021, pandemic part 18.
Right. Yeah.
But I really think with your experience in the stylist world, that's going to be your quickest way to really get your stuff out there to the audience that deserves a little treat, a little shiny treat.
Right. You're right. I'll definitely work on that. These are great tips and awesome advice. Thank you so much.
Oh my gosh, thank you for sharing your story and your business with us. And okay, so I mentioned market research there at the end, and that is, of course, what the Money Manifestation Academy is all about over the course of 6 weeks. I give you everything you need to know in order to make those first sales, those first 1,000 sales of whatever it is that you're selling. I work a lot with coaches, I work with yoga teachers, but I've worked with retail people too. We had someone have a lot of success with the last round with people. That was Monica with Paradise Custom Design. She's having a great holiday season. So if you need market research to find your ideal client, it's a great course to sign up for. And if you sign up by tomorrow, you get the bonus of the Mindful Productivity Project. And you get a half an hour one-on-one session with me at some point during the 6-week program so that we can check in one-on-one and make sure that you're actually getting the benefit from the program that you need to be getting. So go check it out at the link I put in the description. And once again, Jean'ae, Lucy J, thank you for joining us.
Thank you again so much. This is awesome advice. I appreciate this. Thank you.
My pleasure. I'm
And
gonna
good
take,
luck on your move.
oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, we're not live anymore. That was great. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
thank you. That was really helpful.
Oh, good.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Okay, do you have any final questions for me here?
Hmm. Um, well, I mean, everything you gave me advice on is pretty much, going to help the rest. But I think back to social media, especially our Instagram page.
Mhm,
Um, I push it a lot, but I would think we would have more followers than we do.
mhm.
We have now makes you 162 at this point, and we've been out for about a year.
Yeah.
So, what advice would you give to, increase the following? Because, yeah, I post pretty often, but and I share it on my personal page, like my stories and stuff like that too. So,
Yeah.
I do it pretty frequently. So, yeah, what would you suggest?
So I actually have a video that I made about this because those first 1,000 followers, it's really a manual effort to get them up and running.
No
So
joke.
if you don't mind, I have a Facebook group where I talk about this stuff where we were just streaming. I can tag you in that video, and that gives you a really good breakdown of everything that you can do. You have to dedicate around an hour a day to get it up and running, but it kind of compounds upon itself. So once you get in the habit of it, and you don't have to do one solid hour, I kind of do it in like 5-minute segments throughout the day.
Oh,
But
okay.
using some relatively simple strategies, you can bump up to those first 1,000 followers. The trick
Okay.
is you really want them to be like people who would be interested in what you have to offer. So this is
Right.
again where I'd focus on like wardrobe stylists. So everything I talk about in the video, just be thinking like wardrobe stylist.
You know what, you're right. And because I'm in the process of like I see what's like I said before, it's important for these videos, now before it was pictures, now it's videos of okay, this make this look and add your jewelry and do it like often. I feel like that probably would help a lot because TikTok is so popular. I don't have one, but I'm learning. I think I probably need to make one because it's just so like important nowadays. I'm like, oh my God, I didn't want to do TikTok, but it's kind of like I have to because I have a business. So those transitional videos and stuff like that is like you look one way, you come back looking another way with jewelry and everything done. So I have an idea that might help a lot too if I or when I start that.
Yeah. And that's something that like pick one social media channel that you actually enjoy interacting with and kind of
Okay.
do use that for market research. And then once you have a good kind of strategy there, that's when you can start kind of branching out your energy. But putting your energy into like brand new social media that like you're not sure if you even enjoy it yet, like it doesn't have to be that way. Definitely, like there's an opportunity there, but
Yeah,
if you're
it is.
spreading yourself too thin, you're the only one doing all this work, like make sure
Yeah.
you're on the platforms that you actually like enjoy interacting
That's
with.
why I'm trying to get an intern, because I'm like, okay, well, I need to bring someone in who actually knows how to do this stuff really well, who can help me, balance this out. Because by myself for the first year, it was a lot. And I
Yeah.
started to really feel the pressure when we had our 1 year anniversary photo, well, the video shoot. I was like, because I barely had any help that day. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, I think I need to get an intern because this is a lot of work. I'm doing
Yeah.
everything myself. So.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a little bit of a risk taking of trusting yourself enough that like, okay, if I free up this part of my business, then I know that it's going to explode in this other area. And you
Yeah,
have to, it feels like you're losing money for a few months until it starts working. And it's
so
just
much.
something that you have to kind of budget for and plan for and know like, okay, deadline, I'm going to hire someone at this, for this much money on this date, no matter what, I'm going to stick with it for, 6 months.
Now,
And
what do you feel about, because I've done internships before when I was in college, a lot of styling internships, that's how I got started.
yeah,
When I was getting started with internships, they wouldn't pay me. They would like, compensate for food and sometimes gas money.
mhm.
But I wasn't getting paid for majority of those internships. So what do you think about, that kind of same situation? I will pay for the transportation like gas and parking, food, and of course the merchandise. They can get anything they want. What do you
Mhm.
think about that for an intern kind of payment situation?
So for me, interning, there still needs to be an exchange of value, whether I'm giving money or whether I'm giving something else of value. So
Right.
for me, I get I teach at UCSB. So I get interns from their marketing program, but I'm training them, right? I'm teaching them how to do what I already know works. If I need to get someone who does it better than I do, then I need to pay for that because
Okay.
you get what you pay for. You know what I mean?
For sure.
So if it's something that I don't know how to do very well, I'm going to hire someone who knows how to do it better because I know that's going to pay off for me longer. And it gets me some loyalty, right? Having an intern that's temporary or that you don't pay, that's an unpaid internship, it's by nature a temporary relationship. But if you're trying to build a business with a support network of employees, like you really need people that you can depend on that are going to be there for the long term, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Or
if you,
into the budget. Okay.
yeah, start working that into the budget.
Mhm.
Some sort of social media manager to build up your engagement can cost anywhere from $300 a month to $5,000 a month if they're doing ads for you. So, yeah, this is I think a little bit down the line for you, but I cannot emphasize this enough. Start with market research. Start with an idea of
Mhm.
what's going to be your best seller. Put all your energy into selling that one thing, which I really think is going to be like the stylist subscription box, that you can repeat every season. Do like a twice a year kind of cash infusion into your business. And then
Yeah.
use that money to hire out, like, okay, now I'm going to hire the Instagram ads person. Now I'm going to hire the content strategist. Now I'm going to hire the TikTok person. The thing
Okay.
with TikTok is that it's so relatively new that
So
people don't necessarily trust that they can spend money through it yet. It's not as proven. And I like to invest in proven business models, things that I have made
same.
work
That's
for
why I
me.
haven't joined it. I was like, I'm not sure about TikTok, but I see it everywhere now. I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, maybe this works. I don't know. I'm just trying to do anything at this point, to help the business. So that's
Yeah.
probably what that is too.
Yeah. Well, I have that marketing course starting on Monday. I feel like it'd be a good stepping stone for you. So if you want some more information on that, I'm happy to send that to you. But
Please do. Yes.
yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Um, okay, I got to jump off to my next meeting here, but I'll see you around the Facebook and now
All right. Thank
Instagram.
you so much again and take care. Happy
Thank
holidays.
you. Happy holidays.